Alright everyone, today we're going to review a Tyreal'S Might, which is actually one of the rarest items in the game. It's a level 84 Sacred Armor. It drops combined with Templar's Might, and Templar's Might is 9 times, and Tyreal'S Might is 1 time. So that's a 10% of an extremely low Sacred Armor unique drop, which is level 84 as well, which only drops on extremely high level monsters. Only in 87 zones or terror zones over, I think, level 87. So it is extremely rare. It's a really, really cool armor. It's really cool if you look at the blue Sork here, wearing the Tyreal'S Might, which is one character I like to use it on because you don't need Enigma or Teleport on the Sork. So let's go over the item here. So one of the really cool things about this item is it has requirements minus 100%. So if you look at the top, it's got the defense of 1340, the required level of 84, but it actually has no strength requirement, which is kind of cool. Especially on a Sork 2 as well. I mean, I am getting the strength required for Spirit, but not needing 230 strength for this, which is the Sacred Armor required strength, is pretty cool. It also has Indestructible, so you don't have to worry about repairing it. That's kind of nice. It would be expensive, extremely expensive to repair, being a high level item. The 100% chance to cast level 43 Frost Novas is from the Cold Jewel I have, so disregard that. I do have a Cold Jewel in it, that which you can get a socket in it too. That is something cool over Enigma. So I did throw a Cold Jewel in it to help my Blizzard Sork. So disregard that. 20% faster run walk, which is kind of nice as well. Obviously Enigma gives a huge run walk as well, but you're not getting 40% from Enigma, you're getting 20%. It's kind of neat. The damage to demons only applies to melee, and it's not a huge amount. It does roll 50 to 100. It is similar to Laying of Hands. How if you have Laying of Hands on a melee and you get that 350% melee damage, so this you can maybe get an additional 100% damage to demons. But I mean, I don't know what melee character you really want to use it on. Maybe like a werewolf druid would be kind of neat, or something to that regard. Next we have adds the cold damage, which again is from my jewel, and the cold resistant. The cold skill damage is from my jewel, so disregard it. This slain monsters rest in peace is kind of nice, just to negate all the monsters that resummon. So it's kind of a nice thing. I do kind of like it on the Sork. Just certain things that always are resummoning are kind of annoying, but it's kind of gimmicky. Enhanced defense is nice, and that does roll up as well, so you can get the defense up to... Let's give it a quick check, shall we? Just so I get this right. I think it rolls up to 150. Yeah, it rolls up to 150. You can get 1502 defense, which isn't bad for... Well, it's pretty good, actually. Especially without that strength requirement. Next, we have a strength roll of 20 to 30, which is decent as well. That does help me actually equip Spirit, so it does help that I get more vitality or energy since I'm using Energy Shield, which is a nice little benefit. It rolls 20 to 30, and then you have an all res of 20 to 30, which isn't bad as well. It's kind of nice on Sork, actually. It just kind of like tops my res up. Obviously they're not maxed, but if you take away that 25 res, it is a big kind of chunk down for my character, so it is kind of nice. And then cannot be frozen, which is pretty cool as well. Obviously playing on a Sork, not super valuable, but it does help protect you. and potentially prevent some sort of ridiculous death, where maybe you get frozen and just chunked down out of nowhere. Again, Werewolf Druid. This would be kind of cool on a Werewolf Druid, because again, cannot be frozen is fantastic on a melee. Res, strength, slain monsters. You can put the socket in it, and you could throw. That's a good question. What you'd want to do? Do have the new physical jewel, but if you don't have a socket and you were playing Werewolf Druid and you had only had a socket on the chest, and you threw that physical jewel in here, the new Guardian jewel, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, but it's a really cool looking item. It's one of the things I love about it. It's the full armor. So like on every character, you're going to be fully armored up. It is also a heavy armor, so it will impact your overall movement speed, but it's not huge. And when you're teleporting around, obviously, it's not a big deal, but it does reduce your overall move speed by, I think, 10% over light armors. But yeah, that's Tyreal'S Might is a really, really cool looking and fun item in the game, and it's extremely rare, so I do like using it on just Sork. And like I said, I think on Werewolf Druid, I'm not sure what else. It's kind of a item that it's insane to find it, obviously, because it's the rarest item, and if you're going through the Chronicle, obviously, if you find Tyreal'S, you're extremely lucky, and it's going to help you complete the Chronicle. More than likely, if you're trying to complete the Chronicle, it's going to be your last item. It's not, you could get lucky, but it's probably going to be your last item. It's just so crazy rare if you think about how many times you drop the Sacred Armor, and then a 1 out of 10 on that Sacred Armor to pop it into a Tyreal'S is just astronomically low. So, other than that, it's a fairly straightforward item. Just really cool, really rare. Yeah, comment down below if you have any questions, and thank you for watching.